Yo, brother, it's time for us to start talking the real, man. We've been sugarcoating too much. We've got to start calling everything out for what it is.
Well, it is Sunday evening, or late afternoon, and what better time it is to go and take a look at a brand new wheel. A Gotway Master. Yes. So there are Masters dropping off here and there around the world right now, and at least one is in Southern California. So funny that I'm so much more interested in the Master right now than I am in the S20 or S22, which I really think is so lame that they changed the name. Really lame. But I paid for the S20 in full in October. It's mid-April right now. Looking like probably won't be seeing these until June. It's just ridiculous. It really is the last time I'm ever gonna pre-order a King Song wheel. Anyway, with the fire, it's just like sucked out all the energy from the S20, and now the Hero, well, the Hero too, but the Master is being delivered, and people are riding them, and this is not a pre-production Master. Of course, you might argue that Gotway doesn't make pre-production models. Their pre-production models they send out to people. But be that as it may, if you're a Gotway fan, you know the routine and you're willing to put up with it. But it's just the Master and the new EX. It's this minimalist design, which appeals to me, and I think appeals to a lot of other people. This is Dan's Master. He got it a couple days ago. I'm gonna have to ask him how exactly he finagled to get one, to have one right now. But Dan's done a lot of maintenance on wheels. He was one of the guys who serviced wheels for e-wheels in Southern California until recently, and so he's worked on a lot of wheels, and he had a lot of positive things to say about the Master, particularly the simplicity and how working on it. So that's cool. So I'm just going over, invited a few of us over to take a gander on it, do a little riding maybe, and that's what I'm doing Sunday evening. Interestingly, I'm actually going to have access to a Master for a few days in probably about 2 weeks from now. Local rider, James, and I'll have more to say about this when I get the wheel, but he bought a Master too, paid for air shipping to get it here quick, and he asked me if I wanted to have first ride on it, and so it's actually being shipped to me instead of him. And I'm going to ride it for a few days, do some of my basic tests with it, get a feel for it. So that's going to be pretty fun. So that'll be in a couple weeks. But tonight, this will be the first time I've seen one up close. And I'm bringing my Hero too. Just kind of curious to compare them, the suspension between the two. Maybe, yeah, see what I think about the torque compared to the Hero. And we are here.
There you are.
There he is.
Oh, you missed it. Oh.
I missed it.
Oh, my cat. He's a
Oh.
murderer.
Oh
We were
no.
just talking about it.
Poor
Nasty.
cat.
It's
Or
fucking
poor bird, I
nasty,
mean.
man.
Hunting cat.
Almost threw it twice. Oh, he kills everything, and I was trying to clean up the guts of a gopher, and it like falling to pieces. I'm like, oh.
Great.
See if the skin's in the truck. I think the skin's over there and some feet.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Oh, he's a gross motherfucker. Here's the.
You don't mind if I shoot some video, do
No,
you?
I figured you would.
Figured show everyone this new machine. It's so exciting to get a new wheel, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is your first Gotway, isn't it?
No, I have the Nicola.
Oh, yeah.
I,
Okay.
I love that one.
Okay.
That thing was fast. Here, switch with you.
No, I want to film first love. So I was telling people that you've probably done more maintenance
Yeah,
work,
what?
repair work on so many variety of
To make
wheels.
you sick in your stomach, almost.
And then, and literally you did get sick of your stomach. So he doesn't do the work anymore. But
Pretty much took this almost all apart, torqued everything, and everything I checked was within specs. I was very impressed. The only thing that I found in this wheel, let's see if I can demonstrate it. There's a plate in here. This is what I'm showing you. You can do that.
oh, this is that.
Hear that?
Yeah.
So I call this the inner steel fender. There's a front. I mean, that's the back. Here's the front.
So it's metal, not plastic.
Right. Which is good.
No,
but
yeah, right.
Here's my theory. When the suspension compresses, it touches the tire. Now that doesn't make any sense because it all moves together, right? So what ends up happening is this lower linkage
Okay.
applies pressure to this plate, and this knobby tire is a little bit too tall. It makes contact.
Now,
So if I let the air out and let this thing go, boom,
right.
it's gonna.
Now, what about if you adjust the pressure on the shock?
So I
does
increase my pressure up to, because I'm 180 pounds, 185 unsuited, about 210 to 220 when I get fully suited up.
Right.
So I went fully suited today, have it at about 190-ish right now, and it's cool. But if I do hit a bump, you do hear a little bit, boop, like a little something. It's no big deal. I talked to
Okay.
Ray. Ray said he has the same thing on the EX2. So I was like, okay.
Okay.
He increased his pressure to 200. He has his pressure. I think I'm at 38 right now on the tire. I went as high as 44.
Wow. See, I run, I don't know, I guess
I like
maybe
lower
I'm an
pressure.
anomaly. I go about 28 I shoot for on these kind of tires, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I would like a lower pressure just overall because I just don't like the way that feels. I kind of like the flat spot.
Right.
My Sherman has a flat tire now. Not a flat tire, but the surface
right.
is gone because I've ridden it so much, just riding straight evidently. But other than that, that was good. The only other thing I had, as you can see this whole thing's protected by foam. And I was looking at it, I was like, oh, that's why, because these plastic battery cases, if this thing goes down, and there's shit tons of videos of watching these things go down, they take a beating and nothing happens. So this is all the exact same foam. The whole thing is foam.
Well, it's like my, I bought my Hero too.
Oh, good. I haven't got to ride it. This is the Switch.
The Hero is kind of the same way. It's got this massive pads on the side, and they take all the abuse when the wheel falls over.
Yep.
It's never touching the
This
the
is
battery
essentially
case.
almost like Clark pads.
It does seem like maybe there would be something
that
ideally
stuff
right
like
here.
Merlin, he layers his wheel with that bumpy stuff, with the
Right.
what's that called? That bumper stuff, or for children or something?
Yeah, baby crib. Yeah,
baby crib
right.
stuff. If you put that over this, then you essentially got a fully covered wheel, because you just really want to protect these things.
What you're gonna do, maybe?
Oh no, I'm gonna sticker
you-
the fuck out of this. Just for sticker the F out of this. I'm sorry, you're in video right now.
That's okay.
So, one thing I want people to be aware of on any of these wheels is that they're shipping them with the adhesive on the backside of these pads. Well, this particular pad didn't have a really good job of adhesing to the pad. So when you try to pick that waxy paper off,
Yeah.
I finally got it to release. But when I did, I was like, oh yeah, I finally got it. It was the last part. I went to peel it, and I looked back, and it folded over on itself. And as you know, when tape doubles back on itself, it's done.
That's
So
pretty
I tried
easy
to shoot this thing on. I zip tied this all night, let it cure, came back, and the shoe glue wouldn't stick to the foam. So for right now, I got gaffer's tape on this, but I'm gonna get some carpet tape
Yeah, yeah.
and put that on. It'll be fine. So I just got to do that tomorrow.
Right.
Aside from that, the only thing about these weird wheels is all the static
Yeah,
charge.
it's a shiny plastic.
Yeah, just grabbing everything.
I don't know. Looking at it in person now, it looks sweet.
This wheel is like,
And it's
the way they designed this. This is the most. It's
Now,
the most simplest, strongest
and you,
of everything I've ever seen.
And you wrote that you were kind of impressed on
Oh,
how
yeah.
simple it was
I didn't think it was gonna be this
to work on
I
too,
thought,
probably.
Oh, you could take this whole thing apart in seconds. It's like, wow.
Because I've seen them online. You know, you take this guy off.
Yeah,
And then,
you can
it's
actually
this-
see the two. What do you call it? Almost like circuit side cases of almost like a PC. Here's the back tube. And you have two more right here. You just so you take these 4 screws off. You pop this off, and it has that same stupid tape under here, just right here, and a little bit right there. Comes right off. You unscrew this, unscrew that, pop those off, and that comes off. And you're looking at, and then you see all the ports coming in for the battery power.
Right.
There's a single joint circuit board right here. All 4 batteries link into that for the charge ports, which are right here. Simple. And this thing goes on and off like a dream.
I think they might have learned the lesson from the Hero, which the Hero is not so easy to take apart.
Oh, is it?
Unfortunately, yeah. But this does look like it's like the Hero in that there's metal everywhere.
Everywhere.
So there's no brass inserts that break, right?
I think this part
Maybe.
right here is a little misleading because I think a lot of the pictures we saw, you didn't see these mechanisms here. You can mount this up, but there's a notch for the corner of the battery. It goes in perfectly into this. So you see this pad on there. When you do, and this lonks into where it's supposed to be, it exposes this. Now, personally, I wouldn't want to see that. I think that they should have done is either made the pad just a little bit taller with the same geometry, and they can still have the same cap, but bring it all the way up to this seat, right?
Right.
Because how is it they claim this thing's waterproof when, yeah, you put silicone around this thing, but you got material here that is maybe partially waterproof to some degree, but is it all the way? No.
It's Gotway. Come on.
Gotway, right? But overall, though, I mean, if that's the flaw, the biggest flaw I'm going to give them is this and that. The rest of it, this, that, and then the rubbing of that when this plate, I think, because that's the only thing that makes sense because it pushes down on that a tad.
Sure.
And then the tire kind of expands too from the pressure of whatever you're hitting.
But you think with lower tire pressure.
Lower tire pressure helped. I bent this up.
But you're still at 38.
Yeah,
If you go down to 30.
So it's finned up this way and that way in the edges.
Okay.
So I took a crescent wrench and went, and
that
grabbed
was
it in the
enough?
center as best I could to get it to bend it up. And that really just almost fully eliminated it too.
Man, I can't get over how minimalist this looks.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing. This whole wheel.
It almost looks like just.
They thought.
It looks like a wheel, just some batteries strapped on, like the shell. Nah, we don't need a shell.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And
they did an amazing job.
This might not be the longest lived mudguard.
Well, it doesn't touch anything.
No, but when it falls over, this might disappear.
No, it doesn't ever. It can't make contact because even if you do that, a little bit, but not much.
During a fallover type thing, it might. But
the kickstand actually works. It's pretty solid. I mean, for what it is, it's made of steel. There is a flaw to it. I think.
It's like
they didn't bend it perfectly. It's not perfectly straight, but I'm not going to complain about that.
These wheels are going to get. But again, like the Hero had. Its kickstand is kind of like this too. Rubber bumpers attached right to the metal framework. And what's the brake like? So I see that's tapped. Did you do that or
no?
What's that for?
And
you have no idea.
Tapped. They either you put on the bend brake and bent it not equally.
Yeah, you can.
Or they drilled it unequally. But the cool thing about this, what I realized is you can put some kind of light. So I'm probably going to put some kind of, because this is the only light you have in the back. I'm probably going to put a light right here that's going to use that space anyway, and have it USB charge.
This looks just like the Hero too. So
I think it's incredible. I think it looks clean. Once you get on it, though, this tall wheel isn't so tall anymore. It drops down quite a bit.
It doesn't look super tall though, really. Yeah.
Shrank a lot. And it's pretty nimble.
There's nothing like tall pedals.
Oh, this has got crazy clearance. And then
You're gonna love that compared to.
the adjustment, I put mine to medium. mode to for that.
Oh,
side
yeah,
tilt.
yeah.
There's low, medium, and high. Is low, I guess, stock, and then
Yeah,
medium.
but you're not a Dan is not a trail rider, so
I will do
Dan-
it when I
Dan's-
have to when I'm following Roger.
Dan's a speed. So correct me
Let's go fast.
correct me if I'm wrong, but you got the wheel for shocks. Like me, Dan's knees aren't the best. It happens with age, and then the speed. Dan is a speed demon, so
Love
much,
going fast.
much more than me. So
I got the Roger did a Friday night video. Did you get to see that?
no, I
Dude,
didn't.
watch that. It was like I was shocked.
On this?
No,
No,
but just
or-
us, because you never really get to see what we do on a Friday night. It's the first time we recorded.
Okay, I'm afraid.
It's like the chiming, a symphony of beeps is what we'll call it.
Okay.
Between the two of us, and his was making beeps I've never heard. And higher pitch, I'm like, what are you doing? He did. It was incredible. Went an incredible night. Short ride, but we had a blast. But yeah, overall, this is
And the pedals, I love these pedals on the Hero.
oh, they're huge.
And by the way, I don't know if it does have the same. So did you know that?
You can adjust the deflection,
No.
and you can also tighten the pit post so it doesn't fall down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one, it just tighten that a little bit and adds a little friction. So then it
On
won't-
one side it does. The other side, I tried that, and it wasn't the same. So I thought it was just for deflection, because if you bring that up, it's going to hit on the spring. It's going to give you more dihedral.
No, this screw.
Yeah. I don't think they did it for what you're thinking.
This adjusts the dihedral, and this adjusts just applies a
Oh,
little.
I didn't even look at that. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I tightened one of those, and I got a slow dip like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And then the other one, I was like, oh, I'll do the same thing, and I tightened it up, and I was like, I didn't get to see any change.
No, that I guarantee that's to add friction so it won't flop around. Because I did that on the Hero, and
Did it help?
mine were floppy.
You didn't like it?
Actually, didn't had the grub screws were missing. So I had a couple. I put them in, and
They were missing?
it,
Okay, this one I know is a good one if you tighten this one up.
yeah, it doesn't take much. You just want to add just a
There you
little,
go.
so it adds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it helps. But
Yeah.
this side, I didn't.
You're saying
really
this
have it
one
in the
doesn't
open.
doesn't do
I tried
anything?
to do it while it was charging. Didn't help too much.
They probably have Loctite in there.
See, that's the thing is I was like,
Yeah, no,
still no. Let's see. Still.
but it's a little bit, right?
Yeah, you can see the blue coming out right now.
Yeah, so I think you
Fuckers.
just keep tight.
Why'd they put Loctite on one and not the other? Let's clean that out. Let's see. Why do you even put Loctite on one of those anyway?
I don't know. It's a crapshoot
Oh, yeah,
sometimes.
You can see it. There it is.
Yeah.
Brush something off, make it work.
So I guess this look isn't for everyone, guys, but I really like the minimalist look in this, and then it just looks like so simple to work on too. Yeah, and now you guys that happen to have the Hero and your pedals are floppy, the pedal hangers are definitely different on this, but this grub screw is actually in the bottom. But does the same thing, just applies a little pressure.
But for someone that gets standing speed wobbles pretty easily, myself, like sitting for me is like kind of like the godsend for my safety.
Yeah, you're gonna have to really work on a seating.
I never got any speed wobbles on this
Huh.
at any point. The only thing I was dealing with today was wind, and because I'm not used to standing, I'm just not used to it anymore. It was,
But you have some ideas for how to incorporate a seat on this?
I have a couple. Shit. That stuff is nasty. I'll try something at some point.
Yeah, Dan's kind of like me. I love seated riding, but I have to have the seat has to be high because if I bend my knees much, it starts hurting after a couple minutes. I guess all the Master owners will get to look forward to this, but maybe not. Yeah, that's typical.
But yeah, if you have it like that, you're not going to spray people like they
Yeah.
show in the videos, because all those guys riding in China rode them like that. And they're blasting the guy behind them. You want a bath?
Yeah, Dan was pointing out these screws right here. See how long they are?
I thought when I first heard the suspension touchdown sound, I was like, oh, it has to be those screws.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's not anywhere close.
So again, the same, looks pretty much the same as the Hero, and also this display is identical to Hero. Bring out the Hero, but I think it's this is farther back.
Yeah, I think the Heroes is like right there, like that.
But I think that these are the best displays going right now. They're just big. You generally can see them in any conditions. Unfortunately, they don't think of us in North America. We're stuck with Imperial, or we're stuck with metric.
Yeah, this is nothing Imperial about this.
Screw all you Europeans that just. So sweet looking
I'm
wheel.
very happy with it so far. I was a little intimidated with it because I really enjoy the safety and the speed of sitting, and the fact that you're lowering your wind drag. But it fought it the whole way.
Now the trolley handle. This is high.
That's the highest, but it's just enough.
So that's
Is that your phone keeps picking up?
probably my phone. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, so I connected up to it with UC World. It connects, but it's showing it as a 84 volt wheel. So I gotta let.
Almost half.
Yeah, but that'll be fixed pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the trolley handle feels nice. Feels good.
Wheel's light too. Things considered for. If I had more time today, I would have range tested it. Hold on my shoulder.
So does this disengage, by the way, like the no?
You have to push that.
Okay. So on the Hero, as soon as
it
you go
comes up, it knows.
It disengages, which kind of sucks. I'd rather it didn't do that.
Yeah, because I can still pick it up. Hold on my shoulder. You can if you want to start off first. Get your bearings.
No, I think I feel, but it feels big. Definitely feels wide.
Tall
and wide too.
Hold the camera. And
Yeah,
check.
yeah.
There's Marty in the backyard area. There you go. I barely sank when you got on. How much do you weigh? 170? Did I just call you fat? I hope so.
Naked, I'm 160 right now.
Okay.
So definitely not heavyweight.
Oh, that's
Definitely sinking. I love the pedal.
Oh, cool. I get to see the taillights for the first time. Oh, wow. When it turns to the side you're turning, it turns yellow only on that side. And the rest of it's red. Did you know it does that?
No.
Watch.
You never look at these
Watch,
things,
watch,
right?
watch. I didn't know either until you wrote it. I got to see that. So, if you see red, you would think it would flash red to one side like the Sherman does. It turns yellow, red on the other side. So, you want to get behind me.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think they think some people think these are super important, but do you think anyone in a car is looking to see?
No.
Oh yeah, he's going to take a left turn.
I think he's going to go left as you go like this. No, it's just overall the headlights. Like I said, I think it's really fascinating to watch them get brighter. Problem I have with the Sherman is I blind people at the stoplights. I'm sitting there waiting, and people. I'm like,
Yeah,
so I always turn the
exactly,
Sherman
right.
downwards. When I take off, I grab it, I pull it up, and I take off. With this, I don't have to do that.
And there's no way. Yeah, you can't adjust these at all.
No, you can slot. If you pull these up like that, there's two bolts here. If you you take the time and you actually and you Dremel it out, you can slot it and pitch it a little bit more.
Because the EX is different, though. I think that's on a
more slot. It's come slotted.
But I think it's
all aluminum.
It's still encased in the rubber, like just like this.
No,
it's separate actually.
You can see.
Yeah, right.
Which I found the EX pretty in that sense, because underneath here you don't have all this foam. You got
Right.
Beautiful aluminum. So it all kind of ties in if you're into that. I think it's a pretty wheel overall on a machining level. And if it's really built essentially the same, I have to talk to Ray and see how easy it is to take it apart. But this thing's a dream. It comes apart like that.
Hey, if I put my knee guards on, can I just ride it down the street a little bit? Let me get the Hero. You want to check out the Hero?
Yeah.
Just to compare them?
Let me put some of my gear on too.
So we're looking at the Hero, or this is the Master and the Hero.
Same displays.
Kind of comparing the displays a little bit, and Dan's pointing out that this is a bit obviously recessed within the rubber, which is good for protection. The Hero obviously is not. I always thought that design, it looks cool, but it does look very fragile in a bad crash, right? It's just
it's gonna pop the whole thing
big
off
things
or
sitting
something.
up there.
I like how they put the charge port under here, even though these look like charge ports, but they're not.
And then let's see.
So that's your power button?
Now you can see the pedals are about equal right now. See how much forward that display is compared to yours?
Yeah, look how much higher these pedals are, and you're at full inflation, and so is this one. Even if you're at 100, you're at full inflation. It's 2 inches taller.
Oh yeah, wow. This wheel is just going to be amazing for trails.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
I never thought about that.
that's
Yeah,
what I
clear-
would.
Clear rocks and whatnot.
Clear rocks, and because the Master, I'm going to keep confusing these.
The only flaw.
The Hero is really nice in trails because of the pedal clearance, and this thing's going to be amazing.
Yeah, you keep it up pumped high. Talking to Ray, he said for dirt, he would suggest 200 and above for our weight classes, especially suited, to maintain that. And he was same thing. He was getting the rub sound on his EX2 if he
And
had
that fender, yeah.
anything lower than I think 150. He was getting that same boom, boom.
And he likes to ride his tires at 45 psi too.
Right. I tried that first, but it actually creates a problem because the tire expands too much. So once you let some out, it actually helps with the problem.
Have you tried it like at 30 though yet? To see if it totally goes away?
25, 27.
And still getting the.
I had it, but I didn't know what it was, and I didn't have much air. It was so when I was like, oh, maybe I need to add air, pump up the suspension. But I had the suspension at 100 when I went out and tried it. And every time I went down, I was like, and then sometimes it would hold for a while, and then lift up, and then it would go away. And once you get on the street and you start jamming, it stops.
Nothing.
But I did a few things, bent those plates, adjusted a few things, and you only might hear it in a slight. But if you drop off a curb, you're going to hear it. So people like Raj that loves to jump shit off of curbs and stuff. I'm just hoping that nobody has a shut off.
I can definitely. This feels high in the walking it. And unlike the Hero, this does not have this spot, it does not disengage, which is I don't like that on the Hero. Yeah, but just this position, yeah, feels high. The
I would
pedals.
advance your foot forward just a smidgen. You want to be your toes hanging off a tad, and then it gives you more acceleration control.
Which way?
I'll follow you, whichever way you want.
Wow, this feels nice. It feels soft, more so than.
This? Yeah, this is a little more springy, but smoother as far as it feels. That makes a little bit of click sounds.
This feels
light.
Yeah.
Use it. Car behind us.
Yeah, the Hero light sucks. So Dan today got this up to 51 miles per hour GPS, and he said it was just beeping a little bit here and there. And this Master, this is a high torque motor, which is crazy. This feels great. I like the shock. It I don't know, it feels, it's nicer than the Hero.
Yeah, this is a little stiffer.
The Hero feels stiffer, right? Yeah.
By the way, your headlights are off. There you go. Yeah, go for it. Try it.
Okay. I like to ask.
Yeah. It's good. I trust the rim on that. All right.
That feels nice. I tell you, it's nothing like suspension, right? I mean, 2 years from now,
Oh, it's
you
gonna
won't be
be.
able to buy a wheel without suspension.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be freaking amazing.
Because
Hold on
they've,
for just a second.
they've proven now that that you can build suspension into any wheel without sacrificing the battery range and
They can actually add another linkage to that and actually hide the whole damn thing. You can bring the whole thing in, but they have to understand the geometry. That's what they do. Yeah, just watch you take off. Watch you. You're feeling it.
yeah, it's of course I'm really interested eventually to try this on hills, right, on trails and stuff, but I can feel it just as it's Gotway. It's got the Gotway
They let you.
oomph.
They give you the room. They definitely give you the room.
What do you think about the Hero?
I like it.
Kind of.
It's actually very light. Suspension's a little stiffer. That's one of those off-road things.
Yeah, it's
stiffer.
definitely stiffer.
What do you have the air pressure at?
About 180.
Really? It feels like 220.
No, it's really hard to get it.
So if you
even
dropped
higher.
another 20 pounds, it might feel very similar to that. Just in general. Because I was
Okay.
this stiff earlier.
Okay.
And I lowered it down.
I see.
And once I got where you're at it right now, it feels perfect.
I like, and the thing is with these, the height of these pedals, you can go softer and still get great clearance. I'm always thinking of trails for me, but
Second, we'll take we'll go behind these businesses, we'll hit the riverbed and we'll go do a short riverbed to
Yeah.
the next exit.
okay.
Let me just hit this right
Sure, no problem. Okay, well, I'm going to say goodbye for now and have some fun off camera, but Dan, Thanks for letting me ride this. It's really
I'm
cool.
really glad that you're riding it because people that have standing skills, I just don't have them. I don't really have much to compare to. The Nicola was the closest until I put a seat on it, and then I still didn't stand much anymore.
Right.
So my legs are pretty weak overall. So you've got the strength. Now people like Roger, Brian, who else? Roger, Brian, and Law. Somebody else too. I'm missing. Watching what those guys can do to this thing, we're gonna do.
Oh.
When you put the I'm gonna order the other battery packs, so I'll switch back and forth.
Really?
They can change that fast.
Okay.
4 screws that you can do your battery packs are on.
But why are you? Why?
For racing.
Okay. You're nuts.
Because I'm thinking the only reason why I didn't want to go with the higher batteries, I read a lot and thought a lot that the motor wires. Ron Lyons cut out. Ron did hit 60 that day.
But Ron was on
Monster Pro.
He was on the
with Molly cells. And he said the board fried on him. But he did bleep 60, but he shut down at 55. And he said he was doing it for a while. So that means the circuit boards the pathways on the circuit boards aren't wide enough and beefy enough to handle that kind of current constantly. They just get hot way too fast. And so that's the only thing I'm concerned with. But in racing, you're never going to, the straightaways is like from here to the light. That's about it. The rest of it's all turning. And then you're going to get that extra with no drop. No risk of overlean, all those things for racing.
Okay.
I know a lot of guys were really looking forward to that. I originally ordered for the 45s, and then when I was reading all that, and I'm not really heavy into batteries and whatnot, and all the technology behind it, but it makes sense. It's like, so talking with Ron, adding all those things together, it's kind of scary if you think about it. And then Ray's like, why not trust the 10 amps that we've all been riding for since the beginning of time? So
right.
With that, plus I got a faster. I succumbed to to that, but I'm extremely happy with it. The other ones have more, but they're going to lose range. So 24 to this 18, I mean, it's still a good ride. I mean, you could probably do a group ride with that and still be fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can group ride with this and be fine.
Yeah, but it's still just marginal. And then this thing sucks battery heavier than
it does.
Other 1800 watt-hour wheels. Yeah. So it's a good 35 mile wheel maybe.
Yeah.
But
I think that one's going to be a good high speed 30, 40 tops that you can pin in it. If you have the right batteries in it, it's going to have less watt hours, yet it's going to hit the whole way. So you might get 35, 40, but you're pinning it from the beginning to end. And that's why I was looking forward to that. I had fun with that today. I came back, I had 1 bar down after about 15 miles on it, and I was beating the hell out of it. So I was like still getting used to it because I'm afraid of speed bumps.
Yeah, right.
The wind was catching me, and that was like, oh shit, you're standing and catching sail. I'm impressed with the foam thing that they encased the whole damn wheel in foam. I mean, that's robust. It's the same side as the top and the bottom, it's all the same foam. And this is all hard plastic.
Hard plastic, yep. Except for the pad. Yeah.
Except for the pad. I think they nailed it on that. I think they really clean, easy, disassemble. I had that thing apart pretty quickly last night because you have to take the battery packs off to take the elastic wrap off the battery, the protective coating.
Okay.
So you can take the top part off partially, but you can't take the bottom unless you take the batteries off. It's 4 bolts that hold it on. If you try to switch it later on, you're going to have to switch your pads to rock, stay attached with Velcro because you have to pull the pads off.
Yeah.
That was a suggestion from Mr. Ray today for me instead of trying to get carpet tape to fix that one spot. Right. To put Velcro. But if I do it, I'm going to Velcro the whole damn